Hey warriors, you feel the tension rising beneath your calm boom, mask shifting under pressure every day ahead. They never saw the weight you carried so steadily. But you felt every moment sharpen your instincts quietly. This intro is your ignition point, your signal to stay locked in. Yeah, because what follows will hit deeper than they ever expected. You've waited long enough to hear words carved for your strength. Boom. And every second here pulls you closer to your own edge. Welcome to our channel, Darkness Throne, and keep watching, because the next chapters will echo in your mind, right? And you'll want to witness every shift unfold. Drop your thoughts below so your presence cuts through the silence. And let this message remind you how far you've already come. To everyone tuning in, you are the core of this journey. Boom. And your resilience fuels every word spoken here. Stay until the end, because your insight shapes this entire message, right? And your voice turns this space into something sharper. This tribute is yours for standing tall through storms they never saw. And for showing up with the strength most people only pretend to have. I know you can hear it, that quiet crackle beneath your ribs where pressure hides and memory bites. Pain has a way of whispering truths you never wanted to face. It presses its fingers into old wounds and asks who you really are. And you've been pretending you don't feel it. You've been acting like the fire didn't change you at all. But it did. It carved its initials into your mind when no one was watching. It shaped the corners of your thoughts into sharper edges. Every moment you swallowed stacked itself inside you, until it felt like a weight no one could see. They thought you were fading, retreating, giving in. They didn't understand you were storing power the way storms store lightning. You were gathering yourself piece by burning piece. Pain is strange like that. It doesn't just cut you, it sculpts you into something leaner, quieter, more aware. You start noticing things others miss. You hear tones in their voices they don't even know they use. You sense intentions before they take shape. That's the furnace working. That's the pressure turning softness into steel. And somewhere in that process, you find a version of yourself you never expected. You begin to see how trials sharpen thought, how struggle refines instinct. You learn that endurance isn't passive, it's active, focused, deliberate. People imagine resilience looks heroic, but it rarely does. More often it looks like silence, stillness, observation. More often it feels like standing in the center of a storm with your hands in your pockets, waiting. Just waiting for the moment you know is coming. Because pain teaches timing. It teaches patience. It teaches the difference between reacting and responding. When you've hurt long enough, you stop rushing. You stop explaining. You stop chasing approval from people who wouldn't understand you even if you handed them the blueprint of your soul. You start moving differently, quieter, sharper, more precise, like a mind learning how to breathe in fire. And that's when they notice. Not the change itself, but the afterglow, the shift in your posture, the steadiness in your words, the strange calm settling over you like a second skin. They sense something they can't name. They feel it before they see it. The same people who once ignored you suddenly lean in. They tilt their heads. They watch. Because pain may have battered you, but it also lit a spark they can't extinguish. You know the truth now. Pain didn't defeat you. It drafted you into its workshop and hammered you until you became someone new, someone clearer, someone steadier, someone they never expected you to be. And deep inside, where the heat still flickers, you can feel the shift, the transformation, the quiet rise. The moment where the furnace finally opens and you step out. They always do, don't they? They look at quiet like it's weakness, like stillness means surrender. They read your silence as a shrinking, a fading, a step backward. They never consider that silence can be a blade held just behind the smile. They never imagine you might be listening deeper than they speak. They don't realize silence is where your strength learned to breathe. There's a strange power in not reacting, in sitting there with your thoughts stitched tight while everyone else spills theirs across the floor. You hear their intentions long before they form words. You catch every flicker of doubt in their eyes. They think they're the ones holding the advantage. They think silence is consent, or confusion, or fear. They have no idea it's calculation, a waiting room for your next move. The truth is, silence is how you survived. When the world got loud, you didn't shout back, you observed. You noted every slight, every tone, every moment where they showed their real selves without realizing you saw it. They thought you were slow, distracted, lost. They couldn't see the gears turning behind your steady stare. They couldn't sense the patterns forming in the shadows of your patience. They never learned that stillness is strategy. And while they talked, you evolved. While they underestimated you, you refined yourself. While they filled the air with noise, you filled your mind with clarity. You started to understand where to place your trust and where to withdraw it. You recognized the difference between those who support and those who drain. In silence, you discovered the maps no one draws. You found routes through the chaos others never notice. Then something shifted. Slowly at first, like a curtain stirring in a closed room, the weight of their misjudgment began to lift from your shoulders. You stopped carrying their opinions like chains. You started recognizing the strength you built in those quiet corners. You began to see that silence wasn't the absence of power. It was the formation of it. And every moment you held your tongue was another moment sharpening your mind. Now they sense it. They can't explain why, but they feel it in your presence. The way you pause before responding. The way your eyes linger a second longer than before. The way your voice carries a steadiness they never expected. It unnerves them, this version of you, because the one they dismissed has grown into someone they can't predict. The silence they mocked has turned into something they can't decode, something they can't control. And inside you there's a quiet thrill. Not revenge, not fury. Just the calm satisfaction of knowing they were wrong. They misread you. They mislabeled you. They misunderstood the depth of your patience. But now the silence they once ignored stands tall behind you like a shadow with its own heartbeat. A reminder that every moment they doubted you. You were awakening into someone far stronger than they ever imagined. You feel them even when no one sees them. Those thin lines of memory carved across your mind like secret roads. Each one has a direction. Each one has a lesson. They aren't marks of loss. They are coordinates leading you back to yourself. And the wild part is, most people never rid their own maps. They hide their scars instead of learning from them. But you're different. You didn't look away. You traced every cut with uneasy fingers and forced yourself to remember what it taught you. You realized scars don't ask for pity. They demand recognition. They show where you stood, where you fell, and where you rose again. They remind you that endurance isn't abstract. It's carved into you with cold precision. It speaks in a language made of pain and progress. It's strange how much truth hides in a single scar. One line might hold a year of lessons. Another might hold a moment you never thought you'd survive. They mark the turning points, the fractures, the awakenings. They show the cost of your strength and the weight of your growth. And each one tells you something no mentor could teach. Each one whispers the same echo. Keep going, keep moving, keep evolving. Follow them closely. They are the only maps written in pure honesty. They point toward the places where you rebuilt yourself piece by piece. They reveal the corners of your spirit that refuse to break. Trace them with your thoughts. Let them guide you back through the fog you once walked through. And don't forget this: scars never lie. They may fade, but they never fabricate. They hold the truth even when memory trembles, and somewhere along that path, you begin to feel a shift, a small pull inward, a soft rise beneath the ribs. It's the moment you realize you've been changing while you weren't watching. The pain that once pinned you down now pushes you forward. The cracks you hated have become windows. You start seeing light through places that once only held shadows. You begin stepping more firmly into the shape you were meant to grow into. This is the quiet transformation. Not loud, not dramatic, just steady, deliberate emergence, like stepping out of an old skin you no longer need, like breathing deeper because your lungs finally learned how. The scars guide you out of the person you had to be and into the person you choose to be. That's the rebirth they point to. Not a new version created from nothing, but the real version sculpted through everything. So look at them without fear. Read them without shame. They are your proof, your evidence, your roadmap. Every scar is a signal that you endured what tried to break you. Every scar is a marker of survival. Every scar is a quiet path leading you forward. And if you follow them with honesty, they'll take you exactly where you're meant to rise next. It starts as a spark you try to swallow, a small tremor beneath your calm face. You pretend it's nothing. You pretend you're above it. But rage keeps tapping on the door you keep locking. It waits without impatience. It waits because it knows something you don't. It knows you've been carrying more than your voice can express. Rage rises when truth is ignored too long. It swells in the places where your limits were crossed. It pulses in the moments you let things slide just to keep the peace. People think rage is chaos. They think it's a fire that burns without aim. They don't understand that real rage is precise. It points. It signals. It highlights the exact places where your boundaries were shattered. Breathe into it, not to explode, but to understand. Rage speaks in codes. It tells you when you have stayed silent too long. It tells you when you have bent so far you forgot your shape. It's not here to ruin you. It's here to remind you that you deserve better, that you deserve clarity, that you deserve to move in directions that honor your worth. Rage is the alarm that goes off when something inside you has had enough. Most people run from it. They drown it in distraction. They bury it under forced smiles. They fear what it might reveal. But you're not here to run. You're here to face the reflection others pretend doesn't exist. Rage is not a monster waiting to consume you. It's a compass pointing toward the parts of your life that demand change. It shows you the areas that need boundaries, distance, or a firm step forward. Let it guide you. Let it show you where you've been drained. Let it uncover the moments you dismissed because it felt easier than standing your ground. Rage doesn't ask you to destroy anything. It simply asks you to notice, to acknowledge, to reclaim what you handed away without realizing the cost. It pushes you toward courage. It pushes you toward truth. It pushes you toward the version of yourself that doesn't apologize for existing. And when you follow it with awareness, something strange happens. The fire cools. The pressure dissolves. The sharpness softens into direction. You're no longer irritated without reason. You're no longer reacting blindly. You're responding with clarity and calm force. Rage transforms from a storm to a signal, from noise to navigation, from tension to intention, and suddenly you feel aligned, because it was never here to control you. It was here to guide you back to yourself, to the standards you abandoned, to the strength you forgot, to the voice you muted. Rage becomes steadiness. Rage becomes focus. Rage becomes the quiet conviction that you will no longer shrink for anyone, that you will no longer ignore your truth, that your path forward will be shaped by clarity, not fear. There's a moment when you look at yourself and realize the shift isn't transformation, it's revelation. All this time you thought you were changing into someone else, but the truth is simpler and sharper. You've been peeling back layers that never belonged to you, expectations that weren't yours, doubts handed to you by people who never understood your potential. You're not reinventing anything, you're returning. It's strange how identity gets buried under years of noise, voices telling you who to be, rules that never fit your instincts, judgments that pressed your real self into a corner. You tried to comply, you tried to shrink, you tried to mold yourself into something acceptable. Your precision, your insight, they weren't flaws, they were signals, clues, parts of the blueprint that makes you impossible to mimic. Every challenge you endured stripped away the false layers. Every hardship scraped off another piece that wasn't you. You feel it in small ways at first, in the firmness of your decisions, in the way you say no without guilt, in the way you hold your ground without shaking. You're not acting tougher, you're acting truer. The voice inside you grows clearer with every step you take. It reminds you that your strength didn't appear from nowhere. It was always there, waiting for the moment you'd stop apologizing for it. Before pressure convinced you to be less than what you felt in your bones. You're not becoming someone stronger. You're remembering you always were, and every step forward feels like retrieving pieces of yourself you didn't know you lost. Every choice feels like reclaiming territory that was yours from the start. That alone separates you from the noise that fills every corner of your days. If this hits something inside you, drop your thoughts below so your presence leaves a mark. Until the next chapter, keep that edge polished and remember how far you've risen already. Hey buddy, can you hear all the whispers? People are talking, and guess what? They can't stop. You're not just good, nah, you're the real deal. Every doubt they threw, every sideways glance, every sneer, it only made you sharper, stronger, unstoppable. So stay tuned. Yeah, this video's for you. I promise, by the end, you're gonna see the truth, the full story, your story, raw, uncut, unapologetic. And hey, leave a comment, tell me your triumph, tribute to you warriors, the ones who never bowed, the ones who stood tall, against every doubt, against every whisper, every judgment, every fake story. This one's for you. The world will know your power. Wow, get ready. This is about to hit. Every word, every line, every punch is for you. So buckle up, sit tight, and watch till the end. Because by the last second, you'll know. Undeniable. You are the real deal, the storm, the truth. They stare, they whisper, they think they see you, but they don't even know your shadow. Look at them, all of them, sitting there behind their screens, behind their masks, pretending they understand the person you've been building in silence. Oh, it's almost funny, isn't it? How easily they judge, how quickly they assume. They write stories about you that don't exist. Stories that are cheap, shallow, convenient. They call you arrogant. They call you lucky. They call you reckless. And you've been letting them talk while you sharpen your mind in the quiet, letting the lies bounce off you like pebbles against steel. Yeah, it's hard to explain to someone who only sees the surface. They watch your calm and think it is a weakness. They see your patience and mistake it for hesitation. But patience is not absence of action. Patience is the seed of strategy. And strategy, stratifying when it arrives without warning. They have been blind to the storm brewing in you. Blind to the discipline that no one applauds. Blind to the fire that burns quietly, steadily inside your bones. Every whisper about you is a confession of their own fear. Every sideways glance, every laugh behind your back, every judgmental shake of the head, it's all a reflection of what they cannot achieve. They fear the truth that you are not made from their mold. The truth that you are relentless, unshakable, impossible to define. They wanted an easy target, nah. They got a ghost that moves, that adapts, that grows stronger, while they argue with their own insecurities. People are talking, yes, and let's be honest, they're wrong, dead wrong. They have been watching, whispering, doubting, guessing, trying to fit you into their story. But the story they imagine, oh, it doesn't exist. You are not a chapter. You are the whole damn book. And this book writes itself in real time, with every choice you make, every challenge you crush, every silent victory they'll never see. They are wrong about you. And that is the delicious part. Because the moment they realize the truth, it will hit like a storm they didn't prepare for. They won't be able to whisper anymore. They won't know where to look. Their doubt will turn to fear. And that is just the beginning. Fear is loud. But truth is deafening. Look closely. Every whisper, every sideways glance, every judgmental smirk, they are not about you. Oh, they are about themselves, their own insecurities, their own limitations, their own silent panic when they realize someone moves with intention, with purpose, with the kind of patience they cannot comprehend. They fear you. Not your words, not your appearance. They fear your certainty. They fear your calm. They fear the storm that waits beneath that still surface. Yeah, fear is contagious. It spreads through eyes that squint in suspicion, through voices that tremble behind doors, through minds that crave control they will never have. Every rumor, every sly remark, every attempt to undermine you, it is a confession. A confession that they know deep down you are something they cannot define, cannot stop, cannot compete with. And yet, they try. They try so hard. Trying to contain a force that cannot be contained is absurd. It's almost comedic. Almost. They talk, always, about you, about what they think you are, about what you might become. And the more they talk, the more power you quietly gather. Nah, don't laugh. Not yet. There is a method to this silence. Every doubt they scatter is fuel. Every sneer they throw is a spark. Every sideways glance is a reminder that the world's blindest are often the loudest. And yet you watch, you wait, you learn, you grow, unseen, untouched, unmatched. Can you feel it? The tension, the subtle tremor in the room when your name comes up. The way their words lose strength when they meet your eyes, or in some cases when they don't see you at all. That's fear, not of what you've done, but of what you will do. They sense inevitability. They sense a future that refuses to be swayed by their doubt. And that, my friend, is why they cannot rest. They are scared, not of you, of the reality they cannot rewrite. And here's the razor edge. You are calm while they panic. You are steady while they stumble. You are untouchable while they betray their own weakness. They are wrong about you. Wrong about your timing. Wrong about your power. Wrong about your focus. Every misjudgment they make only sharpens your advantage. Every fear they harbor only strengthens your resolve. The storm doesn't ask permission. It arrives, and everything in its path bends or breaks. Do you feel it? That quiet hum inside your chest. That rhythm that no one else can hear. Oh wow. It's not fear. It's no doubt. It's power. Patient. Waiting. Growing. A storm. You've nurtured it in silence, fed it with every insult they threw, every misjudgment, every sideways glance they thought would shatter you. And now, it's alive. It's unstoppable. It's precise. Yeah, they can't see it. They think your calm is weak. They think your patience is hesitant. But storms are never patient because they have nothing else to do. Storms wait for the perfect moment, and when they strike, the world notices. The noise, the chaos, the shift in balance. They won't see it coming until it's too late. And that moment, that moment will be yours. You've been moving quietly while they argued, quietly while they doubted, quietly while they laughed behind closed doors. You didn't rush. You didn't panic. You grew stronger, smarter, sharper. They were busy building illusions. You were building reality. And now reality waits at your fingertips, ready to be unleashed. The tension in the air. Can you feel their ignorance trembling? Their misplaced confidence shaking? Every whisper they've made about you, every lie, every judgment, it's like wind against steel, against you. And you are the storm, not the noise, not the chaos, the force, the inevitability. And here's the delicious truth. No warning will prepare them. No argument will convince them. They will only watch, helpless, as everything they thought they controlled slips through their fingers. Fear can slow them. Doubt can confuse them. Ignorance can blind them, but none of it can stop you. Every challenge you've faced has been a rehearsal. Every criticism, a sharpening tool. Every misstep they predicted, a step you've already mastered. You are not reckless. You are calculated. You are strategic. You are relentless. And in that relentlessness lies your power. And when the storm rises, when it moves through every doubt they ever had, every fear they ever felt, when they finally see you for what you are, they will be frozen, not by your words, not by your actions, but by the undeniable truth. You were the storm all along. Truth doesn't negotiate. It doesn't apologize. It destroys illusions. They thought they knew you. How wrong they were. Every whisper, every rumor, every sideways glance, they believed it could define you. But the moment arrives when perception shatters. And when it does, it isn't polite. It isn't quiet. It doesn't knock before entering. It crashes through every lie they've held about you and leaves nothing standing in its path. Yeah, you've been waiting for this. Waiting while they underestimated you. Waiting while they whispered, while they laughed, while they doubted. Every silent effort, every controlled step, every calculated move, they didn't see it. They couldn't see it. But now, everything you've built in quiet strength bursts forward. The truth is not subtle. The truth is undeniable. And here's the thing. Nothing can hide it anymore. Nah. Don't get distracted by their confusion, their panic, their attempts to grasp at excuses. None of it matters. What matters is reality. What matters is power grounded in focus, discipline, and patience. Every misjudgment they made, every false assumption, every attempt to limit you, it all feeds the revelation. Their disbelief will be loud. Their shock will be visible. And all the while, you move steadily, controlled, untouchable. Can you imagine the weight of their surprise? The way their false stories collapse like fragile glass? It's intoxicating. Not because of revenge, not because of ego, but because the truth has a gravity of its own. You didn't need their approval. You didn't need their understanding. You only needed to become undeniable. And now undeniable you are. Every action, every choice, every silent hour spent honing yourself, it all demands recognition, whether they want to give it or not. They are talking. Oh yes, they are talking now. But it's different. The whispers carry fear. The laughter trembles. The judgment wavers, because reality does not bend for ignorance. Reality does not negotiate with doubt. Reality confronts it, head on, and that confrontation belongs to you. Every doubt they had, every lie they told, they crumbled before the weight of your being. And in that crumbling, you stand taller, steadier, untouchable. The storm you nurtured, the patience you honed, the silent power you built, it has revealed itself. And in this revelation, the world will no longer mistake you for what you're not. They will see, they will understand. They will recognize that every misjudgment was theirs alone, and every whisper will now echo the truth. You were the real deal all along. Some people live their entire lives hoping to be noticed. You're impossible to ignore. Look at the world now. The whispers, the doubts, the fear, they all converge like shadows chasing a light that refuses to flicker. You didn't ask for attention. You didn't seek permission. You didn't plead for recognition. You simply became. Every step, every choice, every silent hour of sharpening your mind, building your strength, refining your focus, was a declaration without words. And now the declaration is undeniable. Yeah, the people who doubted you, who misjudged you, who whispered behind your back, they can't ignore it anymore. Every step you take, every glance you give, every calculated move, they see it. The patience, the precision, the inevitability. You are the storm that came without warning, the truth that could not be hidden, the presence that cannot be denied. And the world has no choice but to acknowledge it. Nah, don't mistake recognition for victory. Victory isn't applause. Victory isn't their approval. Victory is the calm inside you, while the world scrambles to catch up. Victory is the knowledge that no lie, no whisper, no doubt can touch the foundation you've built. Victory is the unshakable certainty that you are the real deal and always have been. Can you feel the weight of it? The gravity of your own power? The way every misjudgment, every fear they nurtured, every whisper they spread now bends toward your truth? It's intoxicating. Not because of pride, but because of clarity. You see yourself as you are. You know your strength. You recognize your patience. You understand your focus. And no one, absolutely no one, can take that from you. The storm has passed. Or maybe the storm is still moving, still building, still reshaping the world in its wake. But you stand unmoved, calm, controlled, untouchable. The people who doubted you, they are learning what it means to face someone who cannot be reduced, cannot be defined, cannot be stopped. You are the culmination of every lesson they failed to teach you. Every insult, every skepticism, every shadow cast by doubt has only illuminated the path to your undeniable self. This is the moment they finally understand. You are not a rumor. You are not a shadow. You are not a fleeting whisper. You are reality, solid, unbroken, unavoidable. You are the person they were wrong about all along. You are the storm they feared, the truth they cannot deny, and the power you carry is only yours to command. So here we are, yeah, at the edge. And guess what? Your haters were wrong all along. Every doubt, every whisper, every sideways glance, it didn't stop you. It made you unstoppable. Can you feel that power coursing through you? This isn't the end. It's the beginning. The moment they finally see who you truly are. Nah, don't forget. Leave a comment. Share your triumph. Pay tribute to yourself, to your strength, to the fire they never understood. Remember this. The world will talk, but you are untouchable, undeniable, the real deal. So stand tall, stay sharp, keep moving, and let the storm you carry speak louder than every lie. Until next time, keep proving them wrong every single day.